Hi, I'm Dakota. This is Joey, and you're listening to Bowcaster Radio. All right, guys. Today we're going to be doing a discussion over C3PO, the awesome comic that was just released. So the C3PO comic was actually delayed how many times?
Like 2-3 times.
A lot
Something
of times.
like that.
So the hype train was definitely building.
Yeah, I mean, this thing was mired in delays.
Yeah. So, and it came out. Did it live up to the hype train that it built? Did you enjoy the C3PO comic?
I've been waiting for this since that moment that he popped on screen in The Force Awakens, and I was confused on who this mysterious droid was with the red arm, and then he thankfully let us know in a line of dialogue, like, hey, I'm C3PO.
Yeah. No, that was stupid. See, there's parts of The Force Awakens that I feel were unnecessary pieces of EU, or places for the EU to exploit. And that was one of them.
Pointless. I don't know if it's pointless because this show proves that they weren't pointless, right? Because we're here
it's giving us a job
to talk about C3PO #1.
I did not like it.
You didn't like it?
No, I did not like it. The entire story it felt forced. I was like, Aubrey's that was
right
best.
There? Because it's forced.
Yeah, you're hilarious. But his friends felt forced. The story felt like it was. I don't know. I just didn't enjoy it.
I felt like the story was emotional.
No, it was. In what way was it emotional?
Because that one droid that's always been around, that black droid, like, he sacrificed himself.
Oh, Omri?
Yeah. After, like, posing a really interesting idea about the sentience of these droids that they built in this galaxy. Like, he had some interesting ideas there. And, like, the way that they tied it to the story, that, like, sense of poetry that George Lucas was always looking for, the Phantom Limb.
Poetry.
It's poetry. It's poetry. Yeah, the Phantom Limb poetry. You know, of, like, losing an arm and, like, that sensation of feeling like it's there even though it's not, and their memories being wiped. And it addresses C3PO having his memory wiped after the third movie. Mind blown.
Yeah, that was a cool scene. I'm just talking about, but that wasn't the overarching story of the comic.
No,
it was the story of a bunch of little droids who I could really give two craps about, who just die. It's like that episode of the Family Guy, the 100th episode, where it was that murder. It was like the who did it kind of episode.
Yeah.
Where they're all just being picked off one by one.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like. All the droids were just dying. It's like, I don't care about PZ or construction droid A240.
Yeah, but that was a really sad scene when construction droid went down.
Why was it sad? I had no emotional attachment to him. He was a droid.
Yeah.
A C3PO died, I would have been sad, but he wasn't going to die, so I wasn't even worried about that.
What did you think of the crazy psychedelic art style in this book?
Actually, the first couple pages, I did not like it.
Right.
However, as the comic continued, it grew on me. I like this art style. Because the first one where it was landing, I thought it was really muddy and it was really hard to see, hard to look at with the explosion and all that. But as it started getting to, like, you know, the painting, and not the paintings, the drawings of, like, the mountainscapes and all that.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was great.
I thought
it worked perfect. All the spiders were cool. Everything else was really cool.
Oh, the spiders. That was such a crawly scene, man.
Yeah,
the space spiders, they were everywhere. Just getting on everything. It's classic, like, you know, just sci-fi problem to be in. Like, holy shikeys, giant spiders.
That's right. That's what you get on the Bowcaster Radio. Discussions about giant spiders.
Yes.
But, yeah, the art style definitely grew on me. I liked it a lot.
I thought it was crazy, like some of those neon, like bright colors with the heavy blacks, and then like
it felt like Phil Soto is, or it felt like the Chewbacca one.
Yeah, it was just out there. It was very atmospheric, is what I'm looking
Ethereal.
for. Poe Dameron looked awesome in that scene. He shows up with, like, the reds and all that stuff, like really cool looking stuff.
I didn't know that was Poe till the second time I read it.
Yeah.
Even though he says Poe in it, it didn't cross my mind. I was like, oh.
It is hard to tell with all that's going on with the gear. But once you realize it's him, it's like, oh, that's a cool look. I'd like to see, like, the live action version of this type of shooting with, like, weird colors and stuff in it. It'd be neat.
So, did you even care about the guy who died in the beginning? Captain Hoff?
I honestly forgot about Captain Hoff.
See, I mean, it wasn't really a big thing, but
yeah, I mean, it satisfies what was going on with the red arm.
Does it? I mean,
in a way, I mean, it explains it at least.
I think this is.
It's one of those things that now you get to be the pretentious Star Wars reading nerd that's like, oh, you don't know about the red arm?
You don't know the story about Omri?
I know about the red arm.
The traitor who C3PO fell, became friends with in a total of
because the robots,
30 pages.
Maybe you're not a traitor. Maybe you're both on the same side. Maybe they're not so human. Maybe they're too human.
I didn't choose sides. I chose friendship.
Yeah.
What the hell was that?
Yeah, man, that got me. It got me. I like my robots to be like, you're my friend. It was like Enemy Mine, the Star Wars story.
I don't even know what Enemy Mine is.
There was a weird alien with a duck beak kind of thing, and American action actor alongside them. They're fighting in a war, and they get trapped together on a planet, and they become friends.
This sounds like the a really hardcore version of Who Killed Roger Rabbit or Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Sure, why not?
But Omri, I didn't like Omri. I mean, his ideas were cool.
Yeah,
that was one of the biggest parts, probably of any book or for any novelization, any kind of Star Wars canon, other than the Volume 1 of Darth Vader, where he learns that Luke is his son. Mm-hmm. Like how you learned about that with Boba Fett. Spoilers.
If you're watching this, we assume that you're already all into this and you know what's going on.
I felt like C3PO actually still having his memories somewhat.
Yeah,
it was pretty huge.
I thought it was cool. Like he may remember some of that stuff from 1, 2, and 3, at least in small ways.
Yeah, that was nice. Well, what else happened? I mean, there's a lot of stuff. There's a long comic. It was a 30-page. Yeah, the First Order. How far? Where is this in the timeline?
I'm not really sure. It has to at least be pre.
Yeah, it's pre-7. It's pre. Of course, it's pre-7 because C3 has red arm at 7.
I know exactly. And he doesn't at the end anymore.
It didn't show that. Are they doing a C3PO number 2?
Hopefully. As far as I'm concerned, you can't have too many C3PO comics like this.
It's hard to write a robot who can barely walk. I don't know how he climbed that mountain.
He did it though.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he couldn't do that in the movie.
He got it done. He got it done because he's the protocol droid with the most.
The most what?
He's got the most of it.
I wish R2 was in here.
Yeah.
So
C3PO is always made better by R2, and that was a weird choice in the new movie to not give him R2 for a good long while. I mean,
C3PO wasn't really in the movie. He was he had that one line, and that's really all he did.
Yeah, and it really confused me, and now I'm really glad that this book exists, so I know why he's got the red arm. And really, it wasn't a red arm; it was a black arm, and Acid Rain turned it into a red arm because Homeboy didn't remember that he used to be red.
He had the red primer.
Oh yeah, red primer.
Red primer. When did I get this?
Yeah, see, he didn't know. That's crazy.
I don't know.
It's haunting. It's haunting the way that it lingers with you. What do you know? Are you you? Are you me? Are we each other? Are we robots?
Cool idea.
Are we humans?
Cool. To the average Star Wars fan, this is not going to satisfy their need for why C3PO has a red arm. I was expecting some grandiose adventure for him. Instead, it's just he crash lands on a planet, befriends a traitor.
Yeah, exactly. Steals his arm
something like that, and he's he fights a Rancor or something like that somehow, and it's
yeah, well, you don't know. Maybe that
flies a Star Destroyer
thing was one of those Rathtars.
Maybe Darth Vader cuts off his arm.
Maybe they're a Rathtar. Didn't you really love that Rathtar scene? Everyone loved that Rathtar scene from Force Awakens on the Millennium Falcon.
No, that was the dumbest scene.
Everyone loves it.
But Darth Vader slicing his arm off. I mean, that'd be something like that. But no, instead it's he crashes lands on a planet with nothing you care about.
Yeah. And what's that ship that he crashed in? What's the story with that?
It was the Millennium Falcon.
Was it?
No.
I didn't think it was. It looked like it was just a ship, but why was he there?
I'll tell you why he was there. The ship crashed.
Okay.
No, but I don't know why it was there.
Yeah.
It's happenstance. That's how the story started. Omri was holding the plans or holding the location of Admiral Akbar,
yeah.
who fell into a trap.
Yeah,
was
he did.
Captured.
He fell into a trap. It was a trap.
I thought that was funny.
Yeah,
and he gives him the information at the end. Happy story. Like I said, I didn't like this at all. This is the worst Star Wars comic. This right here. This is lower than Princess Leia for me.
I'm gonna go contrary, even though I don't entirely disagree with your assessment, but I am going to say that it was fun. It's worth reading.
Yeah, if you want to know the Red Arm.
Yeah, don't hang your hopes on it.
It's going to be better for someone who comes into Star Wars next year, because they're not going to have been waiting 4 months from a delayed 4 months for this comic that they said is going to be pretty, like, not necessarily substantive. I guess you could say substantive to the Star Wars canon. What the hell happened to his Red Arm? You're not going to be waiting around for it. You can just go to your local comic book store, go to Comixology, look at it.
The probability of you not liking this comic is pretty high.
And the probability of you loving it is pretty low. Like, so low you can't even probably see it right now.
Never tell me the odds. All right?
But, it's not terrible. Like, I don't hate it. I just really, really don't like it.
You're not in like.
It's not like I'm not going to ever pick it up and read it again.
Yeah. I may never read it.
Just not anytime soon.
I may never read it again. I enjoyed it that one time.
What's called when we do our Star Wars marathons?
Yeah.
And we go 1, 2, or 1, Obi-Wan and Anakin. We have to read those before we get on to number 2.
Right.
Then we have to watch the Clone Wars.
Right.
Then 3. Then we have to watch Rebels, read A New Dawn. I forgot, between 2 and 3 you have to read Dark Disciple 2.
Yeah.
And then you have to get to 7, and right before 7 I'm going to read Aftermath and then this.
Yeah.
And then that's the only time. That's the only time I'm going to.
Oh, and Poe Dameron.
Oh, and Poe Dameron.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
C3PO.
I have to subject myself to that.
Yeah.
In order to read this again, and I don't want to do that.
No. I mean, out of a 10, what are you going to give it?
4.
4.
We don't do ratings here.
I give it a modest 6. I'm just saying, like, for enjoyment levels, so we can translate to these people, because I don't think we've done a really great job of it.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Of what we're talking about.
We're pretty bad.
But listen to it, read that. Tell us if you agree with us, if you disagree with us, if you think we're idiots.
Yeah.
But don't tell me I'm an idiot.
Always on the Bowcaster Radio.
I don't like that.
We're signing out.
Yeah.
I'm Dakota.
I'm Joey.
This is Joey.